Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato, and here we highlight the best strategy games every single day of the week, and today we are checking out Cartel Tycoon. Now, this is specifically the early access version of the game. There was a demo floating around a wee while ago, and this builds on that in a major way. There's still a whole bunch of stuff that is very much in the works at the moment, but that doesn't particularly matter for what we are covering, so we're going to jump on into a sandbox game, and we are going to immediately see with what we are faced. As ever, I will endeavor to do my best to explain exactly what the heck is going on, so if you are interested in picking up this game, then you can do so with relative ease, fully knowledgeable about all of the mechanics that I hope to show you over the course of the next hour or so. Right, so where are we at the moment? We are in Foscani. Wonderful. Okay, so crucially, Cartel Tycoon is based on a premise of selling a whole bunch of illicit substances. Now, I'm not going to say the name of those substances at all, specifically because of YouTube's, shenanigans with regards to filtering out certain words and demonetizing certain videos for saying certain things, even if within the context of the game, they are pretty fundamentally important. But that doesn't particularly matter. Anyway, we start out with one single member of our cartel. How do you say this? Is it presumably it's not Jesus. Jesus Garza? Okay, anyway, he is the leader of our cartel at the moment, and if we click on this little button down in the bottom left-hand corner, we can actually see, got a cartel name right over here. If it's sandbox, then it's all just randomized stats. I just sort of went with it. Anyway, this guy is nicknamed the Dragon. He's got a couple of different perks, which is actually quite handy. Actually, we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But for now, you got to know that we got a cartel member. There's a certain number of actions that this specific member can undertake, and everyone has different perks, everyone has different actions. Right, so that's that. Let's chat about dirty money and legal money. Legal money, just as it sounds, legal money. Everyone wants legal money. Nobody really likes dirty money. Dirty money you have to launder in order to turn it into legal money, so it's a little bit of a challenge. We've got the loyalty bar up at the top here, so there's 4 levels of loyalty. We've got humility, acceptance, respect, and idolatry, and the way that you increase the loyalty level is basically donating your legal money to a whole bunch of good causes. Again, we'll talk more about that a little bit later on. The most important bar in the freaking game, that's right, it's the terror bar up in the top right-hand corner here. Now, this bar is very, very important because if you max it out, then you die. Your cartel leader is straight up assassinated by the US Army, and you kind of don't really want that to happen. Although if that does happen, it's not necessarily the end of the world. Okay, so much for all of the intel on the screen right now. What about these buildings over here? Well, this is the city. So this is the city of Foscani, and every single city has a mayor. It just so happens that the starting region that we start in, the mayor is already on board with whatever we want to do. So that's kind of nice. Now we can ask this mayor for a favor, and we will absolutely be doing that over the course of this episode. But yeah, once we're in the city, we can actually do a couple of different things. We can build some more buildings, which crucially will help us launder money. The bank, for example, very, very, very handy at laundering money. And there's a whole bunch of other things that we're going to be able to build and talk about. Let's immediately start working on research center, because research centers are pretty important if you want to sort of progress past the very most basic level of tech. Right, so after that, I think we should go about maybe setting up a little bit of infrastructure to manufacture some product. Now, couple of things worth noting. You can make pretty much every single type of illicit substance in this game. However, there are 3 primary ways that you will sell your product abroad. One is this thing here. It is the aerodrome, and it's quite handy because it sells all of the raw product in its least processed form, I would say. The other way that you can sell it is through a seaport. Seaports will not take any illegal substances directly. Instead, you actually need to pack the illegal substances into legal packaging. It's like spice, coffee, vegetables, consoles, TVs, chicken as well. You can pack all of the bad stuff into all of the good stuff, and then there's also up here there is also a checkpoint, and the checkpoint is basically kind of the same, except you can sell these packs, kind of like card packs, except infinitely more damaging to your health. And you can sell these at the border. Right, so with that in mind, let's see what we can do. Now, I note that one of this guy's perk is the fact that he's a cultivator. So reduces production interval in an area by 50%, which is very, very good for us. We also have access to plantation level 1. Now, usually, when you're starting out, you get access to a farm, right? You get access to a farm. We got a tier 1 farm here. We can make vegetables, and that's about it. Well, of course, in addition to our illicit substance here, which I will continue to refuse to say. Anyway, if we have a little look on the map here, you can see that there's certain areas where the efficiency of growing a specific type of product is higher. So if we bring up the efficiency layer here, you can see for this product, which again we're going to be manufacturing and selling in the first instance, since it's the only thing that we have available at the moment, would grow a little bit better in this region over here, or alternatively maybe in this region. You know, there's a couple of good patches. We don't really start with any high efficiency areas. That's not necessarily a problem, and the reason that I'll tell you it's not necessarily a problem is because we start with a plantation. That's right. It's one of Mr. Garza's perks. He's got access to a plantation 1. And what a plantation is it's basically just a much more efficient farm, and we are absolutely categorically going to capitalize on the fact that we've got access to this. Right. So without further ado, let's plonk down a couple of these. Something like this maybe? I don't hate this at all. Again, what this game is all about chaining together infrastructure routes and supply routes. And what we do is we plonk down 2 plantations and a single warehouse here. Now, these 2 plantations will supply their product exclusively to this warehouse. There we go. We connect up some roads. We're gonna let it all build. And actually, oh, what's this? My accountant is worried. You spent a significant amount of money recently. That kind of thing will draw unnecessary attention to your business. Okay, whoever my accountant is, they've probably already got a hit out for them. Anyway, something to consider is that the airport at the moment is the only way that we have to get our product out of the country. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to make sure that we don't lose control of the airport. Because if you don't have a lieutenant in, or if you don't have a member of your cartel in specific locations, i.e. the city, or the aerodrome, then this bar up in the top right-hand corner, or where this fella is right at this moment in time, will decrease to 0, and then an enemy gang is going to come in, and then you're going to have to fight for, the freaking building. So we don't want that. Let's see if we can try and recruit some peeps. Now, of course, there's a good number of people to choose from here. There are a couple of, decent qualities that we're after. One of the qualities that I am most interested in at the moment is cost. So we could, maybe decide to acquire a lieutenant based on fighting power. We'll talk a little bit about fighting power a little bit later on, or the specific type of product that a specific person likes to use. There's a make a deal option here, which allows us to get a slightly better price per unit that is sold, but we're not going to worry about that too much at the moment. What I'm very, very much concerned about is the fact that you are free, and I will not have to pay a single little bit of upkeep in order to get you on side. Let's immediately move you right on over to the airport. You've basically got no special orders. You're very useless, actually. You're very, very useless. But to be honest, as long as you can sit pretty in an aerodrome, then I, frankly, do not care. Okay? You just sit over there, and you just chill out, and that's it. Let's connect this warehouse up to the main road. Now, these sandy roads that we're connecting with, they're pretty dreadful, actually. They're pretty bad. We don't really have any better roads at the moment, so we're just going to have to endure, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Anyway, these plantations should do an absolutely tremendous job of growing everything that we could possibly want, and that is very, very exciting. We've got the research center that is under construction as well. We've got plenty of legal money still left over. We are, going to endure a little bit of expenditure on the warehouse for a little while, also on the plantations, but that's okay. The problem with growing anything, actually, in a low efficiency area is that it is just going to take ages and ages and ages to produce. As you can see, it's going to be another freaking 2 days, 20 hours before we're actually able to get 8 of this specific product, and we'll get 16 across these these two plantations here. But I think that we need to sort of, like, you know, seriously consider how much we can actually manage. And I think we can supply a little bit more here. There we go. And again, making sure that it is all within range of the warehouse is pretty darn crucial, because it is the warehouse that is going to collect from absolutely every one of these facilities. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stick in an additional destination to the warehouse, which basically is going to tell the warehouse, hey, once you are ready to rock and roll, you just go and do you, and you go and deliver all of the product to the aerodrome. That's pretty much it. Right, so are 5 plantations gonna be enough to make the difference? I do not know, frankly, but certainly it's a good start. It's a very, very good start. Is the research facility done yet? No, not yet. It will be done soon. Why don't we think about getting something that can help us launder money? Because as soon as we start making deliveries to the aerodrome, we're going to start making money. And we can watch exactly how that happens. As you can see, the trucks that we have working at the warehouse are going to make their way from the warehouse all the way down the road, and they're going to deliver to the aerodrome. We can actually check the specified price of any given resource here. As you can see, we're going to be making 91 bucks a piece. 8 times 91, 728, and we have 8 in storage. And the plane will take off and land every day and 11 hours, give or take. So, you know, every day or 11 hours, we should be able to make a decent chunk of change, something in that vicinity. Truthfully, we're probably going to need a larger operation than this. It is frankly criminal that we are only able to supply a highly limited number of product. We need way more, basically. We need way more, and that's what we're going to aim to do. Okay, so research-wise, we could immediately start working on any number of given bits of research. I almost feel I'd love to get the plantation level 2. That would be great. That would be great. What is this area good at growing? Any specific product type that is very, very good in this area is something that we should look into. Not that. Yes. So these are all very, very advanced product types. And we will hopefully get access to them. I mean, we can but hope. It'll happen. Something else that I should note is that we have absolutely categorically, look at that, we've got a little bit of dirty cash here. We got a little bit of dirty cash. So what we can do is we can actually tell our hotel, you only get one hotel in the game, mind you. You can say to the hotel, hey, go and... Okay, this is a known bug, by the way. If you click on the hotel, then you ruin the you ruin the camera, and you have to quit to main menu. And of course, I stupidly decided to quit out of the game, which is fine. It's okay, you know. Anyway, it's an early access. These things happen. Either way, the hotel is I guess the central nervous system of the entire operation for the early game. All right, let's jump back into here. It's the entire nervous system for the early game, which is kind of nice. It's a very, very good building, but it's a bit disappointing that you only get access to one. You have to use other facilities to launder cash later if you get up to scale, which I hope we're going to be honest. I hope we're going to. Alrighty. There we go. Brilliant. Fantastic. And we should see, yep, here's the truck. Here's the money truck. The residence truck, as it is known officially, will come and collect all of our dirty money from the aerodrome and should be able to ship it out of here. There we go, $1,456. Lovely, 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 lovely stuff. Now, this is not great. I mean, the amount of legal money that we've got coming in is very, very bad. Actually, I would hasten to add. So, you know, I think we need to try and up our game a little bit. So, maybe getting a level 2 farm would be a good idea. Drying rack is also a good idea. In fact, I think that the drying rack's a good first port of call. Let's immediately get the drying rack research done. It's going to take us 4 days to do that. So there's a couple of more advanced product types that we can get access to fairly easily here. and still export at the aerodrome, because at the moment the aerodrome is literally the only way that we have of exporting any product type. So, you know, we need to absolutely categorically keep using it. We can also think about expanding our operations into other regions. So you would have noticed that that these regions are all red, and then these regions are yellow. Now, yellow regions present opportunities. So we can actually speak to the mayor, and we can go through this whole rigmarole. They say that as mayor, you're responsible for everything in this region. Hello, yes, you're right about that. Well, then you need to know that I'm taking control of this region. Well, this is a story I've heard a few times around here. We're going to need to come sort of an understanding. I can negotiate with significant people, but you'll still have to help me in return. It's definitely no accident that you became the mayor. All right, name your terms. I feel like perhaps the writing is a little bit janky, but that's okay. So that gives us a mission. And we need to basically go through, what, 2 missions in order to take control of this region. We are absolutely going to do this, by the way. So we need to eliminate the enemy gang presence in Chaparicha. Either way, this is the combat mechanics, and we're going to start chatting about them right now. Let's jump into our hotel for a millisecond, and the reason that I want to jump into the hotel for a millisecond is because we need to find somebody who is capable of fighting, because at the moment we have exactly nobody who is capable of fighting. So congratulations, let's hire our first real employee. There we go. We've got ourselves a lieutenant. He's got 4 fight power, which is kind of nice. Can also do robberies. You can also do... Oh. You can do kidnapping. Yeah, preparing kidnapping? Okay, that's kind of cool. Alrighty. In the meantime, yeah, let's go and fight it out a little bit. So, we're going to use this chap's special ability, which is very cool, actually. Very, very, very cool. Oh, it happens. It happened. Kidnapping complete. We received 10,000. Ooh, okay, so that's worth noting, actually. So, we conducted our kidnapping operation, and, excellent. A lot of stuff is happening right now. So, what happened is that our terror level went up. We got a little bit of money, which is kind of nice, but our terror level increased, which was a little bit of a bummer. But that's not to say that we can't get rid of it. We can absolutely sort this out. Either way, as I've already highlighted, if your terror level gets to max, you die. Your game is over, or at least your legacy is over. You need to keep moving. Every time you commit an action, like taking over a village, or taking over a warehouse, or battling with an enemy gang, terror will start to increase. I mean, it won't increase fast, but it will increase for every bit of time that you are involved in combat, so you generally want to steer clear of that. There we go. You can see it's increasing a little bit. Same with the whole kidnapping shenanigans. That obviously had a little bit of a knock-on effect. I will say, for 10k though, 10k legal money, it's actually kind of worth. I legitimately think that that's not too bad of a deal, if I do indeed say so myself. I'm kind of happy with how things are going at the moment. We got a little bit of dirty money, nothing major, but we got a little bit, and it's all basically being stockpiled in the hotel, which is lovely. Very, very, very happy with that, and quite content to keep that up. You've got a little bit of fight in you. So we could send you out to help recapture this area around here, but I'm not actually too bothered about it. We'll just roll with it for now. What is this? We got a drying rack over here. Oh yeah, speaking of, our research is done. Now I am going to try and get myself... I'm going to try and get myself a tier 3 farm. However, quite often you can help yourself advance in research very, very quickly if you pick up the right lieutenants. So there are some lieutenants who have access to warehouse 2, harvest interval truck supplier. Not really, but there are some lieutenants that you can get if you're lucky with your lieutenant selection. You can get really, really, really good research perks that basically, you know, like with the plantation, will make a pretty considerable difference. I should place down a farm actually, just to demonstrate how bad the farm is in comparison. In fact, let's get a tier 2 farm. Getting a tier 2 farm is pretty darn cheap, right? It costs 8k legal money. That seems like a pretty good thing to do. Okay, the warehouse is now ours. Wonderful. Here's the thing. I'm actually going to destroy this warehouse. And the reason is a little bit complex, but it kind of goes back to what I was saying a little bit earlier about leaving the aerodrome empty. If we were to leave the warehouse empty, then eventually an enemy gang would come and fight over it, and that would further increase our terror. Now, our terror is already going to hit pretty high level as it stands. Frankly, I don't need it to be any higher. I should also chat about the stars. So at periodic intervals, right? At periodic intervals throughout the terror scale, you will actually attract the attention of subsequently more and more powerful agencies. So we've managed to attract the attention of the DEA at this moment in time. The government may investigate your building sales and seize them if you succeed. Border confiscation. Some goods will be confiscated at borders. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. We'll see if they're able to catch me. I don't think that they will, but you never know. It could very well happen. Shenanigans will almost certainly ensue. Either way, what have we got? We've got two of the facilities. We're about to get a second one here, and then we just need to take out a drying rack, which is absolutely something that we can do. In the meantime, research is looking pretty darn good, if I do indeed say so myself. It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, wonderful. Again, we're gonna destroy this plantation. Why am I doing this as opposed to just letting it exist? As I say, it's all about the terror levels. We need to be super duper careful not to upset the police, not to upset the DEA any more than we already have. You know, sometimes these things are inevitable. You know, if we were to undertake another kidnapping, understandably, it could spice things up a little bit. It could increase our terror level past the point of no return, and I'd rather just avoid that. You know, I'd rather just avoid that. Let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. Anyway, we're really waiting for a couple of key bits of tech. The drying rack is really nice to have. I'd love to get the drying rack level 2 though, because we have a very good area over here, which will be able to produce a lot of Coca-Cola, if you know what I mean. A lot of Coca-Cola. Also, we are about to hit terror star level 2. I would really love to avoid that if it's all possible. There are a couple of ways that we can go about doing that, but we're not going to do it quite yet. I mean, attracting the attention of the police is not the end of the world. It's okay. It sucks a little bit, but it's fine. Anyway, we completed the first quest. Now we need to complete the second quest, and we need to deliver 10,000 in cash to the mayor. And to be honest, I will do that through the use of... Seriously, is that broken? Oh, my lordy. Okay. We'll exit out to the main menu, and then we'll load back in. Okay, so the hotel is basically broken as anything right now. But I'm gonna just I'm gonna hope that this is just a temporary thing. I think the developers did say that there was a hotfix in the works for this, but you know what? It's a little bit irritating having to concern myself with reloading into the game every 20 seconds. But it is an early access title, so that's okay. You got to take everything that you see with a little bit of a pinch of salt. Either way, we should see. Yep, there we go. The 2 money trucks from the hotel moving right out to the city, and if we deliver cash directly to the city, then we will be able to take control of the region, which is very exciting, because there is there's better areas for us in here, right? There absolutely is. Look at that. Farm 2 project researched as well. That's great. Let's get you moved over to here, because we are going to need to maintain somebody in the city if we want to keep control of it. Good stuff. Very happy with that. Bribe the mayor. Complete. Brilliant. And let's acquire the city. I've fulfilled my end of the bargain. Now this region is mine. Yes, it's all yours. Nice doing business with you. I sense there's something further. Well, there is one small unresolved detail, but not everyone agreed to work for the bandits. What do you mean exactly? You're trying to tell me to go screw myself? Not. No, quite the opposite. I'm offering to become part of the cartel. I can carry out special assignments for you and get these troublemakers to play ball. Or I could make sure that the troublemakers disappear. Get started. I need this region. Basically, this is the game's way of saying it's not actually possible for you to displace a mayor at this moment in time. This mayor is going to stay here regardless, at least as far as I'm aware. And there's pretty much nothing that you can do about it. So so there we go. Anyway, that leaves us in a little bit of a an interesting situation. So we've now got control of the region, which is, I mean, remarkable, lovely, delightful, very, very happy with it. And to be honest, this entire plantation operation can really get moved into the prime, super high 100% spots over here. That being said, is there anything else that we really want to grow here? No to that. Coca-Cola's okay here, but it's way better here. Vegetables, maybe we want vegetables. Hydrochloric acid. Precursor, nah, none of that really matters. Okay, I think we just want to move our existing operation up to here. So let's do that. Legal money. Okay, we want to try and make this as efficient as possible. I'm telling you that this is gonna have a monstrous effect on our. This is gonna have an absolutely crazy effect on our bottom line. Like it's actually ridiculous at how much this is gonna change things. Yeah, sure. Will that work in there? Sincerely, I hope so. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. There we go. Okay, so there's a nice little collection of roads here. And then it's not exactly ideal, but we will have to find a way to get a road around the edge of the facilities here. There's no way that we can go the other way? Oh, there totally is. Oh, that's wonderful. That's a much quicker route. Okay, let's get that all built then. So that did take out a pretty significant percentage of our legal monies, but that's okay. All right, so there are more benefits that come with having access to a second city, and this is when we should probably start to discuss mayoral favors, right? So at this present moment, we've not asked the mayor for a favor quite yet. However, we will be doing that, and we will be doing that very, very shortly indeed. I just don't want to do it quite yet, because we need to think about how we're gonna get an increased amount of income, because we're pretty much maxing out all of our exports through this aerodrome at this moment in time. We could maybe look at upgrading our aerodromes, although we need to get 2 levels, because tier 1 would allow us to place down our own aerodromes. Tier 2 would allow us to increase the storage of aerodromes, so that's something that we're interested in. By the way, you should now be able to see the difference. It takes 14 hours to produce 8, whereas here, it takes 2 days and 20 hours. I mean, that's just a crazy, crazy, crazy difference. So let's add that right over yonder, and let's see if that does make a difference. It probably will not make a huge difference to our bottom line, but again, that's okay. Now, let's chat about what we can actually do with mayoral favors. So, yes, there's a lot of flavor text here, but basically it's summed up to 4 options. We can ease the terror, so that's immediately decrease some of our heat. We can cancel seized property in the region, none of which we have no seized property in the region right now, so it's fine. We can freeze the left active star, get rid of the left active star, or we can take a little bit of cash. Now, I think truthfully, cash is what we're really after. The cash lending. The cash lending option that we do have, and to be honest, I'm actually going to ask... I'm going to ask it from this mayor, to be honest. It's very, very handy. It's very, very handy for reasons that will become clear in literally a second. This is all looking good. This is all looking good. Keep it coming, keep it coming. We should check on our lieutenants. Can we recruit anyone new? No, we can recruit somebody new in like 5 days. So that's fine. That's okay. Make a deal for various benefits. No, there's nothing that we're really bothered about at this moment in time. What I'm really interested in is... this setup, to be honest. I'd love to take control of this setup. I almost feel like maybe it's worth us fighting for it. So if we want to speak to this mayor, we need to fight off the enemy gang to get involved with the city. I honestly like the idea of moving up here and seeing if we can try and take this region. It's going to be a little bit challenging to get a hold of because it is so unbelievably difficult, but we can probably try. I mean, who's good here? You're both pretty bad, to be honest. Unlocks warehouse 2. I will take you. I will take you because at some point in the future you will unlock warehouse 2, and that's kind of what I'm interested in. Okay, so let's move you to here. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to move you to the city. And instead, let's move you over here. So again, this is going to increase our terror. It's going to do it slowly, but it's going to do it surely, and we just got to be aware of that. Let's move you over there. Okay. What else can we chat about? Resource prices. Yes, we've already been over this. We've looked at this through the aerodrome interface. We've got the building list. Very, very, very simple. I should point out, by the way, that one of the very core mechanics is that if there is ever too much product in any building, then it attracts the attention of the authorities. So if you're storing too much cash in a hotel, for example, you can store up to 65,000 here. If you store more than that, not only do you lose it if you try to add more, but it actually attracts the attention of the authorities. So we're gonna fight it out here. We're gonna fight it out here at the risk of increasing our terror level a little bit. But it's actually for a couple of reasons. It's basically because I can get myself free product here. I've already got the drying rack, which is going to allow us to make dried product. And if I'm able to take control of this area, then that means that I'm immediately going to be able to ship the product directly into the drying rack. And then from the drying rack, we should be able to ship it all the way down to the aerodrome over here. And that's going to be... more output immediately. There's also a little bit of a vegetable plantation going on up there. I like that idea. It's probably something worth investigating, but for now it's okay. We should probably think about a way to launder money. We just need something small at this moment in time. Maybe a salsa club? Launder cash 600. Takes 2 days. I think we'll go for a little bit of a taxi company. I think we'll go for a taxi company. The reason being is that a taxi company is able to produce just a little bit more laundered money. So let's get this built. And what we're going to do is we are going to use dirty money to construct it. So the good news is that if money is stored at the hotel in the city, then the money will be automatically allocated upon its arrival. So whenever we are able to dispatch, more trucks to come pick up this cash, then that's what it'll do. Also, the reason that I am absolutely determined to see if we can try and get some dried product, right? Because look at the price. It's basically 3 times as much. Beautiful. Very, very, very happy with that. Let's continue to try and take this over. Let's get this activated. Or at least let's get it activated, but we'll get it activated in a little bit. I'm going to pick up another lieutenant. I know that I don't exactly condone doing this, but it is pretty important because, again, we need to make sure that we don't lose control of any of these brand new buildings that we're getting a hold of. The downside is, of course, that our expenses have increased tremendously, and I'm not super apprehensive to see my money just disappear. I mean, it's a pretty considerable investment that we're making in this area, so, you know, let's be prudent about this. Okay, so we have a way to launder cash, and we have a way to launder cash as soon as we get a little bit more money. We are in a little bit of a state of chaos here. The reason that we are in a little bit of a state of chaos is that the aerodrome is about to overflow with outgoing product. As you can see, this area, which is literally 3 fields, literally 3 plantations, is able to maintain. I mean, look at all of the product that is actually being stored on the fields, as opposed to in the warehouses. It really goes to show that if you have a high efficiency growing area, it is so unbelievably easy to max out the export capacity of an aerodrome. The only reason, by the way, that this aerodrome isn't already overflowing is because of the stupid little dirt road that we've got here, which is taking like 20 minutes to deliver product to the aerodrome. So, I mean, look, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. It is what it is. Right, so if I'm not mistaken, this is a high-efficiency area. It's not a super high-efficiency area. It would be better... in other parts, but it's not bad. It's like 60% efficiency over here. Okay, so let's get this turned on. Let's get this turned on, and let's get this turned on too. Let's get you to move right over next door. And then we will see what the heck happens. Now, in an ideal world, we hopefully are able to get one more lieutenant to situate themselves at the farm, because I still think that we are under, you know, threat of attack from other gangs, which does kind of freak me out a little bit, but that's okay. The good news is that this is getting us somewhere. This is getting us somewhere. Look at that. We've already got exactly what we're after. So let's send one truck all the way down to the aerodrome over here. It's a little bit of a trek, admittedly, but it'll be worth it. 152 bucks in order to get this taxi company, this money laundering operation set up. We're pretty close. We're pretty darn close. I'd love to get control of this checkpoint as well. Like that would be really, really swell. I just don't know what the chances are, to be honest, though. I guess we can talk to this mayor and see what your requirements are for us. Oh my goodness, you've got 4 missions. Increase public loyalty level to idlery. Yeah, we should chat about that and how to go about doing that. At the moment, we haven't really invested any time, effort, or energy in that at all. Also, can I build a road across here? I can't, because of course I don't control this region. Yes, that's something else that I should have mentioned, but is actually kind of obvious. You can only build in regions that you control. It's just that simple. Also, we can't even connect this up. I was going to say there's a little bit of an optimization that we can make here, but unfortunately, there's really not. Okay, so terror is at the outrage level. That's somewhat concerning. Not the end of the world, of course. I mean, we are far from concerned, but it's an issue. It's an issue nonetheless. All right, so the way that the aerodrome works, I believe. Also, that is real good. There we go. So let's keep our lieutenants here for now. We'll keep him chill here. I do actually want to do something about this. Yeah, so I do want to take control of the checkpoint, but I think we're going to try and aim to do that after. We're going to try and do that after. Yeah, because it's a bit of a problem, right? Because if we want to get to the checkpoint, then we have to go through the city. If we go through the city, then we forfeit 100% of our cash. So basically, any of the cash that I bring back from the checkpoint is going to be completely null and void. So there's basically no way that we can go about fixing that. I could take the seaport over here. I could take the seaport, and that would be a great way to increase our export. Although if we do that, then we're going to have to get the workshop up and running, and the workshop is pretty freaking important. Let me throw in some money, some legal money into workshop research. Also, I tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to get you to deliver, because we can actually set specific orders for our lieutenants. I'm going to set you to deliver the cash that we currently have. I'm going to get you to deliver it right into the salsa club, which is going to be built in 4 hours. Now, that will leave this area without a lieutenant, but it does mean that we're immediately going to be able to start laundering dirty money, which is very, very important. Very, very, very important indeed. Okay, and then you, beautiful, and you stop delivery. So now, as you can see, we are laundering illegal money into legal money. Every 2 days, we get 1,800 bucks. We have very, very small legal money expenses at the moment. We have, like, what, three fields, 1 warehouse. We've turned all of these off. We've got another little operation going on over here as well. You know, it's not big. It's not big. Far from it. It's actually very, very, very small. Very, very small. Now, something else that we want to consider. Something else that we really want to consider is, yeah, workshops and how we want to increase our scalability just a little bit more. We're going to take over the seaport, but I did say that I was going to do that after we had a little look at the lieutenants that we got. Who are you? You're not good. Access to Farm 2. Do we have Farm 1? Yeah, we have Farm 1. Harvest Interval. Plantation 2. Farm 3. Okay, you're actually really quite good. You give us options for promotion. You're pretty bad at fighting, though, so that kind of sucks. I was kind of looking for a little bit of a fighter, but that's fine. It's fine. You know what we're actually going to do? We're actually going to stop exporting our dried product to the aerodrome. Keep on exporting the original product for a little while. And eventually we will change that around, but for now we will keep it the same. It's probably better for us to just keep the product here. And we will change that up once we get the workshop research done. The workshop research done is pretty darn important. You are still our main fighter. Oh, this is a problem. Okay, so the DEA has, this is interesting. You got your first detention star. The DEA will now periodically conduct a border investigation at the smuggling points you use. During a border investigation, the selling price of products will be lower. If you continue to use the smuggling point whilst it's being investigated, then the smuggling point will be seized. This is actually, like, a complete non-issue for us. All we need to do is just turn off the aerodrome for, like, a couple of days. And then the investigation will basically go away, which is kind of lovely. Farm storage is full. If you gain law enforcement's attention, stars officers will raid full storage for illegal materials and act accordingly. Yeah, this is kind of why I stopped exporting to the airport. The reason being is that we only have 2 trucks that are available at the moment, and taking 1 truck to go and deliver to the airport is a little bit daft. It just takes too long. We just can't really allocate all of the time to doing that. Right, let's take over the seaport here. It's going to take a little while of fighting to make this happen, but it's absolutely categorically going to be worth it. This is the big one, right? This is the big one, because it's here that we're able to take a ridiculously large number of resources. Like, it really is incredible. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to shift... Uh-oh. The police have been spotted nearby. Okay. Are the police going somewhere? Usually you can see exactly where the police are going to check out. If you have a little look, and there should be like a little red boundary. Right, they're going here. Now that is what we call a problem. That is what we call a big problem. So the police have decided to spawn at this city, and they've decided to check out this warehouse here. Now usually I would suggest, oh, we can do something about this, but the fact of the matter is that I really do not think that there is anything that we can do about the fact that the police are going to seize this very, very crucial area, actually. I mean, we can move our fighters over there, and we can fight the police for it. It's got 1 power. I mean, I don't know how juiced up the police are going to be. Let's do it. Let's fight the police for it. This is almost certainly a bad idea. You're also going down here, which is highly problematic, because once you've given an attack order, you cannot take it back. All right, we're gonna drag you across here as well, and we'll throw you in as well. Okay, let's go and fight the police. Now, if I had more lieutenants in close proximity here, then I would actually just straight up. In fact, actually, I would actually just straight up suggest that we move all of the illegal materials out of here. And we could still do that, actually. Now, if I try deliver... What's the road? Can we try and quickly, like super quickly, shift all of the product to here? It's worth a shot, right? It's not going to be quite enough. No, so unfortunately, we're going to end up attacking the police. And I don't know if we actually have the power to withstand this. We can bring literally everyone across here. But without our big hitter here, I think that we're going to end up losing this fight. And to be honest, if I add any more people into this fight, then we are... Okay, so we did actually manage to move everything out. Can we move you out here as well? Okay, you know what? Just let the police have it. Apparently, we're able to just move everything out. Move everyone out. Don't fight this. Do not fight this. Do not fight this, friendos. Do not fight this. Let's move you back over here. Move you back over. Move you back over there. Move you back over there. Okay, you know what? We skirt this. If the police take the warehouse, the police take the warehouse. The good news is that we don't actually have any compromising stuff in the warehouse now. By hook or by crook, we managed to survive. We're attacking over here. We're gonna take that port. That's good. It's very good. Very, very good. You're heading over this way. Yeah, we don't even want you to be here. Aerodrome investigation has been stopped. Let's immediately get that turned back on and continue exporting. So this is going to be a little bit awkward. You're going to get there, and you're going to immediately move out. Okay, so let's see what the police do. Now, if the police are good police, then they should find nothing. They did find something. They found illegal material on your property. Yeah, it's probably because they arrived before I was able to get it out of there. Anyway, it's been seized for 14 days. It's a little bit of a pain in the backside, to be honest, and I'm not loving that. I'm not loving that at all. But it's okay. Right, we're still fighting this out. That's fine. I mean, is there much that I can really do? There is actually something that I can do. So you do not have the ability to deliver. You do have the ability to deliver. So let's do this manually, right? Let's manually deliver our products. We'll manually deliver our product from place to place by using one of our employees. Employees, is that the technical term? I'm not too sure. Either way, when you arrive here, we will start operations. We'll turn that back on, and then we will say, you deliver this right over to there. And look, we've still got a little bit of a stockpile of stuff to sell anyway, so it's no big deal. But let's get this fight done right now, and then we will chat about what's next. Okay. There we go. It's looking good. Not enough legal money to pay upkeep. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. We need more legal money, please, video game. It is highly problematic, yeah. So if lieutenants don't get paid, then they start snatching product. And if they start snatching product, then that is a surefire way to Disasterville, to be honest. We need to do a little bit more laundering. Laundering in this game is pretty difficult, actually. Also, all of our stuff is going to stop operating. Look, that's not necessarily a problem. Drying rack has stopped operating. A couple of people haven't got paid. This is okay. It's not the end of the world. Let's let this fight go. There we go. Brilliant. That's great. Now, we are out of legal money completely, but that's okay because I actually legitimately have a plan on how we get out of this situation. Right. I need a favor. Lend me some money. Right. So, what happens here is that we take out a 60,000 legal money loan from the mayor, right? And that is good, but also kind of bad, because if we don't repay this mayor, then we will max out, or basically max out, our terror meter. So we need to make sure that we're on the right side of paying back the mayor. Let's immediately get all of these turned back on. I will also have you note that we were able to successfully finish our research into workshops. Yes, and so this is where we have a real opportunity to start increasing dramatically the amount of illegal stuff that we're exporting. Okay, so this setup is a little bit borked for a little while longer. Is it worth us getting a brand new warehouse, or is it worth us waiting 13 days? I mean, if we ask for a favor and if we ask to unseize the property in the region, what's the chance of this happening? Insufficient funds, 100,000 legal money. Okay, so that is absolutely not worth it for one singular warehouse. Kind of hate that idea. Do we have anyone that is capable of burning buildings? So burning buildings is a talent that some people get. Demolishes a building and over time refunds it. Can we demolish a seized building? Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. We can also assassinate, but I don't think that's necessarily what we're after. Yeah, okay. So that's a bit of a bummer. That's a bit of a bummer. We have no way to free up this warehouse over here. I think maybe it's worth us building a new one. I don't think that there's another location that would allow us to hit all three, though. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Let me have a little look at layers of efficiency. We kind of really want this to be another field, don't we? You know what? Go big or go home, eh? Let's get another plantation here. 96% efficiency. It's pretty freaking good. It's pretty freaking good. And we'll go warehouse. Okay, good. Except this time there's a twist. Okay, are we... I don't suppose we're actually going to be able to fit a road up the middle there. Any construction budget already spent will be lost. Okay, let's not do that instead then, and we'll just have to build around here. It's okay. This is far from terrible. Oh. We can go around this side. Okay. Fine. This is okay for a couple of reasons. The reason that this is okay is because we will have a workshop right here. Very exciting. And then we'll connect up to this existing gravel road. Gravel roads are incredible. And this is gonna be how we pack. This is gonna be how we pack all of our product. I'm looking to grow vegetables. Oh my goodness, this is a perfect vegetable growing area. Brilliant. Okay. Get that connected up. Okay, let's let all of this get built, and then let's turn everything back on. Okay, I was loyal this time, and I deserve a promotion, or at least a pay rise. Yes, we will actually give you another level. So it's... Actually, will we give you another level? It would allow you to burn buildings, which is kind of nice. We can hide evidence when we, when we don't want something to be found. That being said, though, I don't actually think that we're going to give you a level. It is going to mean that you're a little bit unhappy with me, but to be honest, happiness of my lieutenants towards me doesn't really matter. Okay, also, we need to pay back this loan. I'm super aware that that's what we need to do. We will do that. It will happen. Let's turn this back on. There we go. Get going. Turn this back on as well. Good stuff. That's already connected. Okay, so this workshop is magic for us. This is absolutely magic. So what we do is we select a container. The container we are growing locally. Loads and loads of vegetables growing locally. We select what we want to put inside said container. And then the workshop also gets a transport truck. The transport truck is going to drive all the way to the seaport right over there. And that is what's going to make this work like magic. Absolutely going to work like magic. Okay, aerodrome is still making us a ton of money. It takes... that's okay. It's because you ran out of cash, right? Okay, how is this looking? It's looking pretty good over here too. Now, I think we probably want to see if we can try and get ourselves a workshop over here as well. It's going to be a little bit tight. That's the only problem. Now, can I ditch this road? Yes, I can ditch this road. Very good. Now, that's great because I really want to get a workshop down right over here. Does mean that I'm going to have to replace it with a sandy road, but that's fine. That's okay. That's okay with me. Right, and then same with vegetable growing operation. Is it possible for us to get a... Is it possible for us to get a farm around here? Growing veggies? I would really love if this farm was in range of the warehouse. Actually, tell you what, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity here. We could actually pack it into something else. So, why don't I see if I can do... Oh, look at this. We can actually also buy... some illicit substances. Nice. Okay. Let's buy some coffee. Buy some coffee. And that's actually going to increase our loyalty as well, which is kind of nice. So, that's 2 birds, 1 stone, actually. That's 2 birds, 1 stone. Can you deliver? You can absolutely deliver. Let's move you from here into the workshop. We'll move the coffee beans right over to the workshop. We got a little bit of coffee in storage. That is fine with me for now. And then this is hopefully going to increase our increase our ability to make bank really, really quickly. Okay, we got loads and loads and loads of product that needs to be packed into vegetables. And then after that, it's going to be sent all the way to the shipping ports. There we go. Look at that. In vegetable form. It's looking real good. Okay, set you up to deliver. Right over to there. Good stuff. Do we have a lieutenant spare? Because I would kind of love to have a lieutenant just chilling in this area here. Because I'm still convinced that this is going to be taken by an enemy gang or something. I'd rather avoid that if it's all possible. There we go. Keep working on our loyalty. It barely costs us anything. Barely costs us anything. And then this workshop as well is going to export to the seaport over there. The seaport, by the way, will only start accepting goods once we turn it on. So I'm actually just waiting for a little bit of product to be built up here. Let's also make sure that this workshop is correctly configured. There we go. 21 of those. Good stuff. All right, I think we're just about ready to go. We just need a little bit more time. We need a little bit more time for everything to be assembled. And then we shall move out. The police have still seized the warehouse. That's fine. Although, to be honest, the police haven't really been too frustrating for me. But no doubt they will be. How's the hotel looking? Any lieutenants? No lieutenants. I'm a little bit miffed about the quality of the lieutenants that we've received. Gotta be honest. We haven't really received a great number of them, but that's just fine. That's just fine with me. All right, let's turn this seaport on, and then let's see what happens. So we should see immediately all of the product in containers that we have. We should see it moved. We should see it moved out of here. Yeah, this workshop is going to be going absolutely ham, by the way. In fact, dare I suggest that it's worth me getting a second workshop. Yep, absolutely categorically worth it. Okay, good stuff. So a little bit of legal money, a decent amount of dirty money, but all of that dirty money, by the way, is being, is going towards repaying our loan. So it's pretty good. And what do you know? As soon as this 4 days is up, then we will be able to see. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where's my nearest lieutenant? Stop delivery. You. Stop delivery. Move to here. Okay, so this is being spied on by the police. Shut this down. And then we want you to deliver everything back here. Yes. Then we want you to stop delivery, and we want to deliver all of the vegetables backwards and forwards there. And then we want you to stop delivery, and then we want you to deliver all of this, and we can just deliver it. Sure, we'll just deliver it directly to the port. Who's actually attacking the port? Excuse me? Well, that's a massive problem, I'll say. Oh, was it the police that were attacking the port? Oh my lordy, that's a problem. That do be a problem. Okay, well, I mean, we need to defend the port because there do be money in the port. There do be money in the port. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. DEA has started investigating the aerodrome. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think we may just lose control of the port. We're also going to die at the port, but that's entirely my fault because I didn't see exactly where the police were going. And that's a little bit of a problem. You know what? Look, I think this is a pretty good. Example of the sort of production processes that this game has to offer. This is just a quick little episode, really, just to showcase exactly what all of the features are all about and exactly how to play the game. So I think that this is a pretty comprehensive demonstration of exactly what is going on in Cartel Tycoon at this moment in time. As ever, this is an early access game. And expect things to change. There absolutely categorically will still be changes as we progress through the development process. There's a couple of little janky mechanics such as police spawns and whatnot, but that's okay. Let me know what you think of this game in the comments down below, ladies and gentlemen. For now, my name of course has been ObitoPotato. Thanks as ever to all the fantastic support over the Patreon page, patreon.com/ObitoPotato. Thanks to Banana, C Senpai, and Aurelio for being the $3 $25 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.